Odell Beckham Jr. to the Cowboys? Wait a minute. This is a question, and we have the answer. Mike Fisher reporting from the Star in Frisco, where Doomsday 4.0 got it done again in Week 7 in the end, pummeling the unfortunate visitors who rolled into town. The Cowboys took control of the Lions late. They did it mostly with defense. And of course, the outcome causes some Cowboy critics to say they could still use more offensive weaponry. So after the game, Jerry Jones, friend of the show, was asked very specifically about not just a trade, the general idea of a trade, but the specific idea of a trade for Odell Beckham Jr. Now, what we've told you over the years on OBJ is his family, they have regional ties here. And if you took a survey of his circle of folks, they would love to see him in a Cowboy uniform. But the tug of war that's going on as he rehabs from the knee injury sustained in the Super Bowl does not involve the Cowboys. So what about being a buyer in general? And what about the specifics of Odell? Jerry says that he doesn't expect there to be a Cowboy trade, the deadline November 1st, trade deadline in the NFL. He said, now, if a Deion Sanders level guy came available, I'd grab that phone. But the best cover cornerback of all time ain't going to come walking through that door. How about a two-time all-pro free agent wide receiver with those regional roots and a desire to finish his knee rehab and then sign with a contender? And the Cowboys at 5-2 are a contender. Jerry says, well, I couldn't say that. And the reason he can't say it in his mind is, he goes, I'd get in some hot water with that one. He said water, but hot water. Here's how little the Cowboys are truly connected with Beckham. Technically, there is no NFL rule hot water to get in here because Beckham's a free agent. You can say anything you want about him. He's not, his contract is nobody's property. So I would say that Jones's comments here demonstrate that I'm right. He's not on Dallas's radar, and Dallas isn't on his radar. He is looking. The Bills, the Chiefs, and the Rams, they are jousting over his services. Jerry speaking following the win over Detroit, suggesting that letting the Cowboys youngsters get playing time is working. And at 5-2, you can't argue with that. He says, we have young depth. We're giving these guys reps, so they're getting better. And again, I say this all the time, not that you don't want the Cowboys to spend the money to go win the games, but the way to beat the cap is to have young guys do what old expensive guys could do, and maybe have the young guys who are cheap, affordable, do it better. So no Beckham, no Deion, and then there's Jerry. But seriously, I don't expect a trade, says Jerry. But that don't mean you can't get the call and respond within seconds. The streamlined nature of the Cowboys front office is what Jerry's talking about there. We're not going to hold our breath on Beckham. We're not going to hold our breath on Deion. We will keep you posted on anything real. At the Star in Frisco with the Cowboys. Fish out.